Pond 5. Pond 5. Pond 5. Pond 5.
Hello, all. A very warm welcome to the sixth episode of For the Love of Emails Thursdays. I am Jasmine, Senior Product Marketer, in conversation with Yogesh Kulkarni, AVP Product Management at Netco Cloud. And we are going to discuss one of the really interesting topics, AI and email, a match made for marketers. First of all, thank you, Yogesh, for joining us in this episode.
Hey, thanks, Jasmine. Thank you very much for inviting me for this program. It's a fascinating, topic for discussion. We can still witness, the increasing trend of email communication as it, just celebrates its, 50th birthday barely a month ago. It's a popular, communication route for both consumers and marketers. I think the innovations are still happening, and AI is going to play a significant role. So yeah, thanks for inviting me for this, session.
Great, Yogesh. So, would you want to brief us about what we're going to cover today?
Yeah, sure. So, AI is frequently utilized in marketing campaigns where speed is, critical. So AI systems learn how to, effectively engage with customers based on the, data and the customer profiles, like, their first name, last name, genders, their behavioral data, their transactional data, engagement data, and then, give them, personalized messages at the, a perfect time without the need for marketing team intervention, ensuring optimal, productivity. So AI is being used for many marketers today to complement marketing teams or to perform more I would say tactical activities that require less human touch. So I'm delighted to share some real world examples with everyone.
Absolutely. So, as you said, as a marketer, I have also run email campaigns, and there are a lot of scenarios that I have come across where I feel how can I target better or write better or ensure that my deliverability is like top notch. I'm sure there'll be many email marketers who are watching us live today and would have also felt the same at some point in time. I think everything boils down to understanding your audience better. And you rightly said that AI is helping marketers a lot. But what is your advice for email marketers who are, kickstarting? What are the prerequisites of using AI in email marketing?
Yeah, right. I mean, Jasmine, you asked a great question. So first and foremost, AI is not a magic button. Okay. Many marketers, based on my talks with them, believe that AI is a genie who can, immediately supply the right audience or, the content for their campaign. AI tools do not automatically know which, actions to take to, achieve marketing goals, to study business goals, customer preferences, historical patterns, understand the whole context, and, establish competence. They will need time and training. And this is not takes time, but it also requires data quality assurances. If AI technologies are not educated on high quality data that is reliable, timely available, and representative, the tool will make suboptimal decisions that do not reflect the user preferences and lowering the overall the AI AI's value. So there are four factors. I would say the first is establishing your goals. As a email marketer, then quantity of your data, the quality of your data, and then of course the data science talent. So maybe I'll take 30 seconds to just touch upon each factor. So it's very critical, with any marketing email campaign, to set the specific goals from the start. So begin by identifying areas to your email marketing where AI could help. and such an example is segmentation. Then for qualitative goals like increase customer experience, define specific KPIs that will assist level how successful the AI enhanced campaign has been. Then the second factor is of course the quantity of data, right? The marketer must have the access to large amount of data in order to get the started with AI marketing. This is what will teach the AI tool about the client preferences, external trends, and other variables that will affect the performance of AI powered campaigns. So this information can be acquired through companies' CRM, marketing initiatives, websites, mobile applications, behavioral data. In fact, the second party, third party data can also be integrated with this system. So this can include information such as location, weather, and other environmental aspects that influence the purchase choice for end customer. The third factor is the quality of data. Like any machine learning systems will learn how to make precise and effective decisions as they ingest the more data. So, however, if the data is not standardized and error-free, the insights will be useless, and AI algorithms may take decisions that harm the marketing campaigns. So, having the quality data ingested into the system is very, very important, and this factor should be considered by many marketeers. The fourth factor is the data science, talent. To get the programs off the ground, organizations should work with the third-party organizations that can assist in the collection and analysis of the data to train AI programs and then facilitates the ongoing maintenance. And that's where the expertise like us and the Raman can come into the picture, and they can help marketer to get started with the AI marketing.
Absolutely, Yogesh. So when we talk about running an email campaigns, I believe there are 3 pillars to it: A, audience; B, content; and C, delivery. I have questions to understand how AI is helping in each of this pillar, and we'll specifically talk about the efficiency of Netcore's AI engine, Raman. So starting with the first pillar, which is audience, how can AI help to find out the most converting channel for a particular individual? Because it is sometimes very difficult for beginners to actually find the most responsive channel.
Correct. That's again excellent question, Jasmine. When you get a new customer, or rather when a brand acquire a new customer, you need to know which communication channel to use, right, to target first communication. Now my recommendation here is to at least start with a ZPD, which is zero party data. So customers communications preferences can be collected by marketeers. Now some of the marketeers have used the AMP email to capture the channel preferences for initial targeting, and then they fed this data to the user engagement data to the AI, and users channel preferences then again do not prevent you from targeting them through non-preference channels, right? So the only frequency which you communicate with your customers with the preferred channel should be high. That's the point, right? And then AI will eventually understand a customer's behavior pattern and determine their preferred channel over time. So the simple strategy for all new customers: at least get started with ZPD, and then eventually the AI will learn their behavior and help them to predict the better preferred channel for the later stages.
Great, Yogesh. Can AI also determine the next action that the customer or the prospects would take? I mean, who will open my email or is likely to purchase the product after I send a campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the AI can figure out the optimal next step is. And wait a minute. I mean, the AI is already working on the next optimal course of action. So, organizations can use the next best action capability to change from a product centric to customer centric mindset in order to create optimum ROI. Today's marketers spend a lot of effort identifying the correct set of consumers for a certain campaign, and when it comes to finding the correct audience, AI can be a godsend in terms of speed and the accuracy. So when we did trial with select businesses, we saw incredible results. We saw nearly 15 to 20% uplift in the engagement with the right set of audience. So yeah, absolutely, I agree.
That's great performance metrics, Yogesh. So we'll move on to the second pillar, which is content. I believe the face of email is the subject line, and the whole engagement game starts from there. Which subject line would work? What's the right use of words in the subject line? How can AI help to make my subject lines or content more attractive, more engaging? What all things I'll be getting as, recommendations when it comes to Netcore's AI engine, Raman?
Yeah, I'll give an example, of a Netcore's SLO, which is subject line optimization, which helps the marketer experiment and finalize the best possible subject line for a campaign by predicting the estimated open rate for any given subject line. So we use ML based algorithms to estimate the expected open rate of a campaign mail, and if it's sent with a particular subject line within a specific time frame. Now this can help the marketer to compare different subject lines and decide which of them can tentatively provide a higher open rate. So that is one data point that we share when customer uses our SLO. The second data point that we show them on our dashboard is showing top 5 best and worst performing similar subject lines. Again, we use the historical campaign data for that, and this helps the marketer by matching the entered subject line with all the subject lines which have been used earlier. So in terms of similarity score and selecting the best and worst 5 most similar subject lines based on the open rate and spam score respectively. That is the second metric that we show. The third metric is predicting the inbox quality, and it's very very important. We analyze the subject line and evaluate the propensity of the campaign email going to spam, based on which we suggest if it has high or low inboxing chances. The marketer can use this spam analyzer to ensure the campaign enjoys higher reach. So you know that the campaign inboxing is one of the challenging thing for email marketer, and somehow we help them to show that whether this specific subject line can land into the inbox or a spam. It's great help for them, right? The another factor that another metric that we rather show on our dashboard is the sentiment analysis. So subject lines featuring extreme sentiments, either positive or negative, result in higher open rates. So people get introduced when they use unexpected strong words like madness or urgent in a subject line, which perhaps leads to a higher tendency to open.
Yes.
And the last one that we use is a word and meta tag suggestions.
Okay.
So meta tags are some predefined list of proper nouns or emojis or the character combinations like location, client name, etc., which generally occur in a subject line. So yeah, I mean the Netcore CE platform has a list of meta tags that impact inboxing and open rates, and these are shown as a suggestion to the marketer on the dashboard.
Great, Yogesh. These are a lot of data points. But what if I'm a newbie into email and I'm not getting the starting point to write the subject line? I mean, it happens with me. What in that case? Does Raman recommend the entire subject line as well?
Yeah, it can be difficult. I mean, everybody can understand, right? It can be difficult to come up with a unique and effective subject lines on a daily basis. And that's where a tool can generate subject lines based on the campaign category is gaining popularity. There are several such tools on the market now, but the quality of the suggestions is still lacking. And that is why the Netcore team is developing the Raman SLG model, which is a subject line generation, which can then create excellent subject lines not only in English but also in the other languages. And that is also a gap today in the market. And the prerequisite is straightforward. You only need to disclose your intent and
Okay.
the relevant keywords, and Netcore SLG will generate a lovely subject lines in a matter of seconds. So yeah, definitely the AI can definitely help generate those beautiful subject lines.
That is superb feature, Yogesh. I think this is like on point with match made for marketers. Moving
Absolutely.
on to the third pillar, which is delivery of the emails. I have heard a lot about, and read a lot about sending emails at the right time through send time optimization. There has been a lot of content online. What do you think? How effective STO is, Yogesh?
Okay, so see, I believe that a lot has already been said about STO, and if my memory serves me well, STO was the first AI application, paving the stage for future innovations as far as email marketing is concerned. So, but first and foremost, STO is not going to be the right for every campaign you send.
Okay.
You might be using triggered campaigns to automatically send emails to customers after they carry out a certain action on your website or within your mobile applications. These are the time sensitive emails, and it's not a natural fit for STO. But you take an example of newsletter campaign or a promotional campaign. Marketers can use STO to ensure that emails arrive at times when customer is most open to hearing from them. And STO will makes your emails harder to miss. It will then surely drive the higher engagement. We have seen many success stories at Netcore with businesses from a variety of industries such as e-commerce, travel, insurance, where engagement rates grew by almost 15 to 25%. And now considering the fact about the security new security updates released by the Apple in iOS 15, our AI engine does not receive the data from iOS 15 automated open events. So that has been already taken care of, because we have already identified the signature that is being passed by this automated open events. So our STO is still giving you the accurate precision when it comes to the STO.
Great, great. So quick tip for email marketers who are listening us, STO is not good when it comes to time sensitive campaigns. So when you're applying STO, please be careful with your email campaigns. So Yogesh, coming back to, you said STO has been applied by a lot of brands, and it has been adopted by a lot of brands. What happens when all the brands are using STO together?
Yeah, I mean, again, excellent question, Justin. But as I previously stated, not every message requires time optimization. AI can assist marketers in determining the optimal quantity of the promotional messages for a certain person, and based on the end user's behavior pattern, and AI model will calculate this value. So for say example, brand A, Jasmine, you might get 2 emails each week, whereas for brand B, you might get 4 emails per week. So practically you will not get all the emails from all the brands, let's say 10 a.m. in the morning or 6 p.m. in evening. So it's not going to happen practically. That's my take on this.
Sure. And will AI take care of the rapid changes in the customer behavior as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to give an example, from a Netcore context, our models, continuously learn more and more about, user behavior and adapt accordingly. So, for example, and same time optimization, our model can recognize if users prefer time to receive an email changes between a weekday versus weekend. Similarly, the model gets refreshed weekly to adapt to the user behavior. The same methodology is applied across all our different capabilities, be it SLO or upcoming SLG or even the Raman Insights. So yeah.
Great. Certainly, after listening to all your answers, AI and email is a match made for marketers. These are all the questions that I had for you, Yogesh. I'm sure there'll be few questions coming from audience as well, and we can take up those.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
quickly check. So the first question is, can AI help to improve deliverability?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when working on a campaign's delivery, it's important to grasp the other side of the story. So when you send an email, how does your mailbox provider react? Is the entire load being accepted at the same time, or they adding rate limits, or accepting the emails with a slower rate? Manually determining the appropriate throughput can be tricky. However, you can send out the exact quantity of emails that the mailbox service provider accepts at any given time by using the AI powered dynamic throughput function. And that is where we excel at Netcore, using our adaptive throughput. Customer has seen a phenomenal performance with their email campaigns. Many marketers today see their inboxing percentages more than 90 to 93%, above 92 and 93%. So it's already a proven thing.
I hope you've got the answer. Adaptive throughput is the key.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next question. Can AI help in cross-selling and upselling of the products?
Yeah. Again, the answer is yes. So the product recommendation is quite established and valued in the landscape today. Through the capability which understand user behavior, using the techniques called collaborative and content filtering, the ideal products can be recommended to user. This can be extended to a cross sale or an upsell. For instance, a user that purchase an iPhone can cross sold a black cover or an the screen guard or an AirPad. The same would be up for the upsell cases also. And I'll share the one such practical use case.
Yeah.
When user abandon the cart, right? We send many marketers generally use automation, and then they send cart recovery email communications, right?
Yes.
Now it might happen that user has already bought that product from some other vendors, but you can place a recommended product, or based on the user's product view search, or his transaction history, or the product that he has added into the cart. You can AI can simply recommend the product which you can place inside that email, and you can generate the cross sell or upsell opportunity by that abandonment email. Is that simple for marketer? Rather than getting nothing from user, they can at least do cross selling or upselling of a product for using abandonment, any kind of abandonment emails, be it cart abandonment, be it product view abandonment, be it product search abandonment, or wish list reminder communications. They can use this product recommendations widgets and create the opportunity to cross sell or upsell products. So yeah, absolutely.
Great. So if you want incredible conversion rates, then AI product recommendations, definitely. We'll move on to the next question, which is, can AI help to beautify the emails? Okay, this is more on the beautification part. Yes, Yogesh.
Again, the answer is yes. By generating the entire personalized emails. Now the question really is, to what extent we can personalize the content. I would say it's still at nascent stage, but a lot of experiments are happening in this space. For example, you can share campaign objectives, like the webinar registration, newsletter, etc., and then provide your contact list to AI model, which will then analyze the recipient to create a highly personalized email, evaluating their role, hobbies, and any other information it can find in the database. And those aspects can be behavioral data points, can be engagement data points, or other transactional data points. So yeah, I think at Netcore also we have started working on this, how we can create the entire personalized communication for an individual at scale. And I can definitely see that down the line, 6 months or 1 year, you will see there is a lot of tools available in the market which will provide this quality output when it comes to the entire creating the content for individuals.
Great. We'll have another question from Aravind. how can AI help in getting the mail delivered to the primary inbox so that that increases the chance of user click rather than landing in the promotional inbox or other folders?
Absolutely. See, to be very honest, when it comes to inboxing, there are a lot of rules you can apply before the AI come into the picture. Honestly, you really don't need AI to deliver your emails into inbox. Where AI can play a big role is at creating the delivery engine so that they can understand the mailbox providers rules, their throttlings, and accordingly then they can adapt. But when it comes to inboxing, you don't really need inboxing. You just need a simple rules like your domain reputation, your IP reputation. If your domain has SPF records or a DKIM records, those things matter most, more as compared to the AI. To be very honest.
Okay, okay. We have one more question. Can Raman also make recommendations at the time of email testing?
Yeah, it can. We are honestly experimenting, on that in Netcore. So when you say testing is when you want to send, when the marketer are not sure about the audience or the which content they need to send and how much engagement that they're going to get via this campaign. When they are in dilemma, they want to take help from someone who can at least give them assurance that this subject line or this audience set of segment or this kind of content can give you at least better inboxing or better engagement. I think yes. From that point of view, AI can definitely add value. The statistically significance model to do this perform this AI perform this A/B test where AI can definitely play a big role. So you don't have to choose what percentage of audience should get the content A or what percentage of audience should get content B. AI will automatically decide that, and it will automatically send out those campaigns. And in fact, it will optimize the test time also. Today, there are dependency on many marketeers, and they heavily rely on their own hypothesis when it comes to setting up the time for these A/B experiments, like 2 hours, 3 hours, or 6 hours. But AI can significantly play a big role to set those time slots for a campaigns.
Okay. So, I mean, we can get a suggestion that, okay, you can probably run it for 3 hours or something. And maybe with my experience, I would have been running
Correct.
in a different
So you can
way.
feed some, data points to AI, like, the objective of the campaign,
Okay.
maybe the which kind of audience you have selected for this, campaign, and basis that AI can definitely give you these, recommendations.
Okay. Okay. Great. I think, Yogesh, you've answered all the questions. I hope I've not missed out. We can move ahead. I guess if any one of you is attending the event and have questions for me or Yogesh, you can anytime reach out to us on LinkedIn or email us at yogesh.kulkarni@netcorecloud.com or jasmine.handa@netcorecloud.com. So yeah, you can drop in your questions, suggestions, anything, reach out to us. Before we wrap up for today's session, I would give you a glimpse of the next episode of For the Love of Emails Thursday, which is all about winning email deliverability in 2022. Great, isn't it great? And this wonderful topic will be taken by Ganesh Shankar Rai, who's a product manager at Netcore Cloud. It is going to be an amazing session, you guys. So block your calendar for next Thursday at 6 p.m. IST. Keep experimenting, keep emailing. I am Jasmine, signing off. See you soon. For the Love of Emails.